Have you ever felt like you've messed up so badly that there's no going back? Like you've made a mistake so big, you're not sure if you can ever be forgiven? If so, I want to share a story with you. It's an ancient story, told thousands of years ago, but its message is just as powerful today as it was back then. It's the story of the prodigal son. Imagine a wealthy man with two sons. One day, the younger son comes to his father with a shocking request. He says, "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." Now, in their culture, this was a huge insult. It was like saying, "Dad, I wish you were already dead. I just want your money." It's hard to imagine the pain this must have caused the father. But what does the father do? He doesn't get angry. He doesn't disown him. He simply agrees. He divides his property and gives the younger son his share. He lets him go. So, with his pockets full of cash, the younger son leaves home. He travels to a distant country, ready to live the high life. He spends his money freely, throwing wild parties, making lots of friends who were happy to enjoy his wealth. He thought he was living his best life, free from his father's rules, doing whatever he wanted. He probably felt on top of the world. For a while, everything was great. But money doesn't last forever when you're just spending it. And then, disaster struck. Not only did he run out of all his money, but a severe famine hit the entire country. Suddenly, there was no food, no work, and no money. The so-called friends who had been celebrating with him were nowhere to be found. He was completely alone, broke, and starving. The situation got so desperate that he had to take the most demeaning job he could find for a Jewish man feeding pigs. This was the ultimate low point. He was so hungry that he found himself staring at the pig's food, wishing he could eat it himself. But no one gave him anything. It was in that pigsty, at his absolute lowest moment, that the Bible says he came to his senses. He started thinking about his father's house. He remembered that even the hired servants in his father's home had more than enough food to eat, while he, the son, was here starving to death. In that moment of clarity, a plan formed in his mind. He decided, "I will set out and go back to my father." He even rehearsed what he would say, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." He wasn't expecting to be welcomed back as a son. He felt he had lost that right forever. He was just hoping for a job, for a little bit of mercy, a chance to survive. He was ready to give up his status as a son, just to be near his father's house again. So, with a heavy heart and a practiced speech, he began the long journey home. He was probably filled with shame, fear, and regret. What would his father say? Would he even let him on the property? Would his older brother mock him? Every step must have been filled with anxiety. But something incredible happens next. The story says, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him. Think about that for a second. The father wasn't just sitting inside, waiting. He was actively looking, scanning the horizon, hoping, praying for his son's return. Day after day, he must have been watching that road. And when he sees that familiar figure, even from a distance, he doesn't wait. He doesn't cross his arms and wait for an apology. The story says he was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. This is a powerful image. An elderly, respected man in that culture would not run. It was considered undignified. But this father throws all dignity aside. His love for his son is more important than what anyone else thinks. He runs to meet him where he is, broken and dirty. The son starts his rehearsed speech, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father barely lets him finish. He cuts him off, not because he doesn't care about the apology, but because something more important is happening. His son is home. He turns to his servants and starts shouting orders. "Quick! Bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Let's break that down. The best robe signified honor and restoration of his position as a son. A ring was a symbol of authority and family identity. Sandals were worn by free men, not slaves. The father wasn't just forgiving him, he was restoring him completely, wiping the slate clean, and treating him as if he had never left. And then, he throws a massive party. This wasn't a quiet welcome back. This was a public celebration to let the whole community know, my son is home, and he is fully part of this family again. But the story isn't over. There's another character, the older brother. He had been out working in the fields all day. As he approached the house, he heard music and dancing. He calls a servant over and asks what's going on. The servant tells him, your brother has come home, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound. How does the older brother react? Is he happy? No. He becomes angry and refuses to go inside. He was the good son. He had stayed home, worked hard, and always obeyed his father. He never asked for his inheritance early. He did everything right. His father comes out and pleads with him to join the celebration. But the older brother is filled with resentment. He says, look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him. You can hear the bitterness in his voice. He sees his brother's return not as a joyous occasion, but as a deep injustice. He had earned his father's favor through his work and obedience, or so he thought. He couldn't understand this lavish grace being shown to his undeserving brother. The father's reply to him is so gentle and so profound. He says, my son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. The father reminds him of his secure position. He never lost his relationship or his inheritance. But he invites him to see things from a different perspective, the perspective of grace and restoration. The story ends right there, leaving us to wonder what the older brother did. Did he go inside? Did his heart soften? We don't know. And that's the point. This story is more than just about a rebellious son. It's a mirror. Some of us might see ourselves in the younger son we've run away, made big mistakes, and feel lost and unworthy. This story tells us that no matter how far we've gone or what we've done, there's a loving father waiting, watching, and ready to run to us with open arms the moment we turn back. He's not waiting to scold you, he's waiting to celebrate you. His forgiveness isn't partial, it's complete restoration. But maybe some of us are more like the older brother. We've tried to be good, followed the rules, and worked hard. We can sometimes look at others who receive grace and feel a sense of unfairness. We can get so caught up in our own efforts that we forget the heart of the Father, which is all about love and restoration. This story challenges us to let go of judgment and comparison, and to join in the celebration when someone who was lost is found. It teaches us that the Father's love isn't something we earn through our good behavior, it's a gift, freely given. So, where do you see yourself in this story today? Are you far from home, feeling like you've messed up too badly? If so, know that the journey home starts with just one step. Or are you in the house, but your heart is far from the party, filled with judgment or a sense of self-righteousness? The invitation for both is the same: come inside and join the celebration. Experience the unconditional, extravagant love of the Father. Thank you so much for watching and reflecting on this story with me. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores these timeless truths. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which part of the story stands out most to you? Until next time, take care.